So, not yesterday, but a week from before yesterday, I was going over to my friend Carl's house in Gaylord apartment buildings. Have you guys, Koreatown? I live in Koreatown. I just tried to listen to everybody saying something, and it didn't work out too well. So I'm walking down the street, and there's a chair on the side of next to the sidewalk, really good condition. And I don't know why I do this sometimes, but I touched it, and you don't want to touch things, really many things in Koreatown you don't want to touch. So my hand got a little moist, and I apologize for using that word, I'm sorry. Got a little moist, so it was the morning, so I was assuming it was dew and not some other something. But just to be safe, I'm going to put this down. Just to be safe, I decided I should walk out with it as far away from my body and my face as possible. So I kept walking, and I wanted to grab a slice of pizza. Also washed the hand off at this pizza joint called King of New York Pizza. I hadn't been there. Big fan over here. But if you call yourself King of New York Pizza, it better be halfway decent pizza, unless you're going for an irony thing, which turns out that's what it was. So I got a microwave slice of pepperoni pizza. Whatever. There was a baseball game, spring training. I'm a big Angels fan, and so I wanted to watch a spring training game, which means absolutely nothing. So I sit down with my slice of pizza, start watching the game, and very quickly, I realized just under the TV, a very cute girl is sitting under the TV, which is a real problem. It's very difficult not to just sneak a peek, and it's a big gamble. You know you're going to do it. To timing it, and you're trying to go out of your peripheral vision, trying to make sure she's distracted. But anyways, I'm going back and forth, and then I get caught. Make eye contact. She's a very indifferent face when we make eye contact, which was very, very off-putting. So yeah, no, I'm automatically thinking like, oh fuck, she probably thinks I'm a creep now, and because the one thing I know talking to girlfriends is that they have it really tough with guys and their experiences and their fears, and that's the last thing I want them to think about me. So of course I start panicking about them thinking that about me, and we end up making eye contact again, and I'm panicking, anxiety-ridden at this point. Want to get out of there, switch seats, so I'm looking. So if she was right here, I switched seats, so I'm over there looking at a TV over here. And quickly, about halfway through the slice, they turn the channel on that. My baseball game's only on this channel now. So I'm still trying to sneak peeks at the baseball game. But thank God she leaves, finishes her meal. I finish mine. But I get out of the restaurant, and I see her about a block down, and she turns around right when I exit. It was just luck of the draw, I guess. She turns around and looks at me, and it's not an indifferent face anymore. It's more like, this is odd. I better walk quickly. And so I do the opposite. I slow down to a crawl, and I pick up my phone, and I start fake texting my fake friends, and alphabetizing my apps on my home pages. I don't know what else to, what do I call someone and say, hey, someone thinks I'm stalking them right now. So yeah, thank God, I see her turn down the street, and I'm like, okay, thank Jesus, it's over, I can calm down. Heart's racing, because I'm like, I feel so bad for her, she thinks I'm a stalker. Just, no. And so I walk into the Gaylord, and about a block before there, right at the crosswalk to go to the Gaylord, she comes up the street right in front of me, and she is shocked, I'm shocked. She runs for the door, runs, not like full sprint, but jogs and goes, get away from me! And I'm like, fuck. And before, what do you say in that? No, I'm not a stalker. No, you can't. She's already in the building by that time, and I'm like, well, I want her to feel as safe as possible, so I'm going to stay out here for a good 10 minutes until she's safely within the confines of her apartment watching Netflix, getting wasted or whatever to forget whatever happened. So I go in the lobby eventually, and I go up to my buddy Carl's apartment on the 3rd floor. And this is a 20-story building. And in my head, back of my head, I'm thinking, okay, there's a 1 in 20 chance she's on the same floor. I gave her enough time to not dick around with the keys and the door. Just get in there. But I still have a little bit of anxiety. So I go up to the 3rd floor. Sure enough, I open the elevator, slides open, and she's 2 doors down from my buddy Carl's apartment and fumbling with her keys. What was she doing? I thought she was scared. Was she setting booby traps? I don't know. It was just fucking weird. And I wanted to say that, but I also didn't want to scare her more with like my thoughts about what she possibly would have been doing, because that's very stalkerish. So bad. And you know, the only thing worse than probably being stalked is being thought of as a stalker, even for a stalker. Because they don't want to be thought of as a stalker. They want to be in the night, in the shadows. So anyways, I get off of the garage, out of the elevator, and I see her, and I'm just, I don't know what to do. The best thing I can think to do at this point, it's gotten so ridiculous, and I feel shitty. She's terrified, probably. I'm going to explain myself. This is all a coincidence. You know, so I walk up to her, and halfway through my sentence, she turns around and maces me in the face. It just gives me a real highlight across the face. And so that stuff is painful. I don't know how many of you have messed around with mace or messed around with being a stalker or been told you're a fake stalker or whatever. It's a bad trip. So she's screaming help, and my buddy Carl hears this commotion, and he obviously comes out, and he sees me with my hands in my eyes in serious pain, still trying to explain to her that I am not out to get you. Please don't think of me that way. And he told me she was about to hit me with another spray. Which, you know, thank God for Carl coming out. But it turns out to convince someone you're not a stalker, all you need is a trustworthy friend to vouch for you. And so Carl vouched for me. But, you know, if I can leave you with one piece of advice, it's this. Don't be an idiot. And if somebody thinks you're a stalker, just let them think you're a stalker. Don't try to explain it away and be a fucking moron. Just accept the stalker. You guys have been great. Thank you so much.
Jake Friday, ladies and gentlemen.